Okay, so in this video, we are going to look at how to visualize data in a raster in different ways. So basically to edit the symbology. So when you load in a digital elevation model, for example, it gets you this black and white color scheme, but we might want to look at it in a different way. And so how do we edit this? And so if we, like anytime you want to change how something looks, we can right click on this and then click on Symbology. And you can see in this case, our default here is stretch. We are going to go ahead and change that to classify. So just the unique values is the other one that I want to talk about. And that's, this would give you a unique value for, or a color for every unique value in the DEM, which we have a ton of unique values. So that's just going to look like nonsense. In this case, because it's a continuous data set, we want to do classify, which what this does is allows us, it basically breaks up our digital elevation model data into bins, or they are classes as they're called here. And so it gives you this default, and we can increase the number of classes, which will give us more colors along that ramp, right? So you can see that we have a more detail here than when we just had 5. But I'm going to go back to 5 just to make it simpler to visualize what's going on here. And there are different ways for it when it does this automatic classification of breaks. There are different ways to do this. So you can have each interval be equal. You can define specific intervals. You could define manual intervals, or you can use the quantile method. And so depending on what you want to do, you might use one of those defaults. But importantly, you can also just make this whatever you want it to be. And so if we see here, we have this upper value of 2238 point blah, 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 right? And let's say we just want that to be 2200. So we can just double click on that, type in 2200, and there we go. And so you can go ahead and edit this and edit each value so that it's exactly what you want it to be. The other way that we can do this is if we go to the histogram, and this is really nice, right? You can see the histogram of your data. So this is how common each one of these values is in the data set. And you can go to these black bars and just move them. So you can drag them to where you want them to be, and it will reclassify it in real time. So we can make this whatever we want it to be by doing that. So those are a couple of the simple ways that you can control the way your raster data look in ArcGIS Pro.